Hello, YouTube. We are back in the next installment of James Galagos's Whiz Comics. Now, off camera, what I did was I performed a methylcellulose treatment on the cover, which consists of, when the cover is wet, I take my methylcellulose gel and I rub it or brush it evenly on the cover to give the, what I feel, fibers of the book some more life, better life, and make the cover more supple. Now, what we're going to do next is we're going to go to leaf casting. I decided that this book does not need a deacidification bath because I am happy with the paper quality, and I did test the actual paper's pH with pH strips, which I will do in a later upload if anyone's interested how I do it to determine the level of the acidity in the paper. So it's pretty good. Now, what we want to do next for this book is we're going to leaf cast as indicated. The spine is the key. The spine is the key issue in this book, and due to the aqueous baths, it happens the spine split in certain areas versus before, but I have no problem with that, and I knew it was going to happen when I was handling it with the mindset that I was going to reinforce the spine. So we're going to do two different methods, and this is a first that I am doing in this type of leaf casting procedure. This is the Tengujo paper that I use for tear seals. This is just a part of the tube that I cut away, and what I'm going to do first is we are going to cut a piece, and I am going to attach it to the spine, and I'm going to make it a perfect size. I'm not going to fray the edges because this is going to be covered. And what I want to do with this paper is I want to use, I'm going to put it on when the cover is wet, and I'm not going to use any type of adhesive. We're going to lay it on the strip because we're going to reconstruct the spine, and I think that paper is really going to add to the method of the leaf casting process. Sort of like if anyone knows about concrete slabs, before concrete slabs are poured, there is wire mesh that is laid on the dirt or the substrate, and then concrete is poured on, which makes it a strong pour. And I'm going to do the same thing for the leaf casting. The next thing that I'm going to do is I need to make my pulp. And recently I had a discussion with someone from Australia. He contacted me on my Instagram page, and he is attempting leaf casting, and he's very interested in what I do, and he's following in my footsteps, and what a wonderful guy. So I scheduled a time and we talked for quite some time, and he asked a lot of questions, and I just want to go over them now. This is my pulp, and I make different colors with my pulp based on prior leaf casting procedures. I save the scraps, and I also take meticulous notes of what paper I put in to make the pulp. This mixture right here is actually 3 types of papers. I cut them 2 by 2 inch pieces, and I document how many I put in so I can replicate the color. Now this pulp has been, or paper pieces has been soaking in the water for probably 3 days. Sometimes I do it more, and every once and so often I go in and I take the paper and I rip it like this with my hand in order to break up the paper and make it where I have a good foundation before I put it into the actual blender. So this will go in the blender today, and I will make the pulp, and I will pulsate it in the blender, and I will put it in my squeeze bottle. But before I do that, I like to let it really soak so it breaks apart by the touch, and it just makes an easier pulp to use when we do the leaf casting procedure. So that's about it for now. I'm going to get everything ready. I just want to do a quick upload talking about it. And what we will do is the next upload, we will have everything ready and prepared, and we'll do some leaf casting. So stay tuned, YouTube.